Hello, my name is Meerah and I'm a Lorekeeper in one of ASUS libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the color out of space from the Lovecraft Mythos. The color first appeared in the 1927 story of the same name by H.P. Lovecraft. The sentient color has also been called the Chromiant, the spawn of the meteor, the space seeds, and the strange visitors. It was a scene from a vision of Fuseli, and over all the rest reigned that riot of luminous amorphousness, that alien and undimensioned rainbow of cryptic poison from the well, seething, feeling, lapping, reaching, scintillating, straining, and malignly bubbling in its cosmic and unrecognizable chromaticism. Many of my regulars may recognize this entity and story as a bit familiar from my Annihilation video, where I had mentioned that the book and movie were both inspired by the color out of space by Lovecraft to an extent. And it's really not hard to see why. The concept of an entirely alien being that takes the form of a sentient color is a pretty neat idea. Much like other entities we have covered here on the channel, like the Starspawn and the Migos specifically, the colors come from an area of outer space where the natural elements and laws differ entirely from those on Earth. Where exactly in outer space they come from is unknown. What we do know is that an adult color can create embryos, which are then shot out, which are then sent out to other worlds. To feed on the life there. In the story The Color Out of Space, a color hitches a ride on a meteor and crash lands into a farm in Massachusetts. There it germinates and grows into a jelly-like larva. While in its youth, the color will infest the local ecosystem, and the plants and the animals will begin to display signs of unnatural growth, appearing healthy and abundant, but producing bitter-tasting fruit. New animals born during this time will be deformed and mutated, and all of the living beings, plants, animals, and even humans in the affected area will begin to glow with the same alien bioluminescence as the color. This stage of a color's life lasts for a few months, after which it matures from a larva to a young color. It can now leave its lair for brief periods of time to feed on the land around it. The young color will now completely drain that ecosystem of all life within a 5-acre area. Plants, animals, and humans will display signs of this draining in that they age drastically and their skin turns gray and cracks. Once the color has drained a being, it is doomed to die. The area it has fed upon will, from that day forward, be completely desolate. As if the color has salted the very earth, no plants or animals will be able to grow there naturally ever again. Once the color has finished draining an area, it leaves the planet to return to space, where it will become an adult color. We see this entire process play out in the story The Color Out of Space, where a color fed off of a farm in Arkham, Massachusetts, that once belonged to the Gardner family. The family were witness to the mutation of the plant life, the draining of their livestock, and ultimately to their own descent into madness and a decaying death. The area became known as the Blasted Heath, and though the color is supposed to have left once it's had its fill, rumor has it that a small piece was left behind, and that the valley continues to decay to this very day. But that's just a rumor. And sadly, that is the scope of what we know about the colors. They seem like a really fascinating race of beings, in my opinion, and I'd really like to know more about them, honestly. Like, what's their homeworld like? What do they do once they leave to become an adult? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and an extra special thank you to my channel members. May y'all grant them the knowledge they seek, and I hope to see you all next time here in the library.